Monaco played the role of gracious and beautiful host city as the Convention of Independent Financial Advisors opened its 14th International Forum. This is the sixth time that the Principality has hosted this event, the 2016 theme being excessive regulation. Is it really intended to guarantee entrepreneurial freedom and property? CIFA organizers highlighted some of the successes over the previous year and hopes for this year's forum.
The forum is getting more and more ripe and well accepted, and we can see that people now are more adhering to the spirit of CIFA, which is a big achievement, because this is what we are looking for. We are looking for the people to have an open mind to new evolutions, and this is really the basic motor of CIFA.
Increasing their awareness of where things globally in the financial markets are going wrong and in the financial system. I believe that they will walk away with that awareness. We are restricting access to CIFA because we want to be highly selective. We're aware of having these influences, have to be given to the right people. And I feel this year we have really excellent people to bring the message further and to have an impact that will benefit the whole world, basically, in getting out of the trap that the economy is in right now.
Speakers encouraged forum attendees to reflect on the true meaning of the new regulations that have recently been enacted and the impact that those regulations will have on all of us, advising a quality over quantity approach when crafting and reviewing new regulation.
Small businesses, the so-called SMEs, are the drivers of employment throughout the world. They represent the vast bulk of companies and the bulk of hiring. When regulation, however well-intentioned, becomes excessive, when the burden is disproportionate to small companies, inevitably it has an impact on their growth, on employment, and of course on economic growth overall. So I think what we have to achieve is a balance.
We need more effective regulators who are actually willing to enforce what we call bright line rules. Bright line rules are, we're not trying to make the perfect rule. Don't let the search for the perfect become the enemy of the good. Make the rules simple, understandable, cut the number down dramatically, but enforce those that you do have.
The opening remarks challenged forum attendees to examine the new post-2015 development agenda paradigm the world will now operate under and how CIFA and its associated members can play an essential role going forward.
Organizations like CIFA have a critical role in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals because governments can create the environment for business and for prosperity, but they do not create prosperity. It's enterprises, it's business that creates prosperity and employment, and especially, as I said, small and medium-sized enterprises. And this is exactly where CIFA comes to play, and its role as a consultative member of the NGO committee of ECOSOC is extremely important.
The newly minted United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs as they're more commonly known, were a central focus. And with its general consultative status to the UN Economic and Social Council, CIFA plays an indispensable role in helping guide this new paradigm. The forum provided a lively exchange of ideas concerning final costs and identifying metrics to assess the new paradigm.
There are 231 indicators, and these are meant to be global indicators. They will be adapted by countries as they prefer or as they choose. And so that's the starting point for being able to measure progress in the goals on an annual basis.
Governments alone cannot solve many of these problems. And they are calling on the business community to work with them to address these issues and problems. But at the same time, businesses understand, and the business community understands, that in fact businesses can only thrive in societies that thrive. And therefore, I think that we're at a moment when business is ready, willing, and able to work with governments to attack this new set of agenda and goals.
You really have to put around the table a mosaic of people, a mosaic of human beings that know what are the differences, know that they are going to fight their issue and their ideology and put on the table daring statement But at the end of the day, you know, we all know, being international civil servant, that we have to find a common ground.
The latter part of the day included wide-ranging topics from a former senior UN official and the chairman of an international investors' rights organization. Both speakers addressing the need for a proactive involvement by CIFA and its members.
They have to defend their rights, first of all, from the CEO of their companies. They have to defend the rights from the government, from the overtaxation, from the politicians. They have to defend the rights also from the combination of banks, because the banks also takes the more important piece of interest from the investors. And that's why we, as I am the chairman of the advocacy committee of World Federation of Investors, we have made in the World Federation of Investors a program of education for the investors how to defend their interests.
The private sector and organizations, certainly like CIFA, can make a big difference bringing expertise to these different actors that are on the ground, bringing training and also exchange of views, inviting some of these small and medium-sized entrepreneurs to come and speak to the forum itself, which I think could also demonstrate prima facie what is going on, what some of their constraints are.
As the first day of the forum comes to a successful conclusion, we look forward to the next 3 days of this august forum. As a reminder to our viewers, you can always catch more in-depth interviews at our website at cifango.org. That's cifango.org. For now, I'm Mike Mazzacco reporting from Monte Carlo, Monaco.